What's up YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name's Hunter. In this video we're going to go over my 2023 hunting experience. Let's get into it. Day 1. I already shot a turkey earlier in this season. There's a video on that, by the way. Links in the description below. But besides that, day 1, after that, I get out there. It's about 8 a.m. I got out there a little late, but I like the afternoon hunt better anyways. But I get out there, and the second I hit the woods, gobbles immediately. I'm like, whoa, this is already getting out to a fantastic start. I'm not even in the woods a minute and I'm already hearing them gobbling. It sounds like a big boy in that field that's gobbling. So I've set up my 2 decoys. I have a Jake and a lay down hen set up. I set up them and I start yelping, yeah, which he gobbles. So I wait a few minutes, he gobbles again, gobbles another time, I get my mouth call, and gobbles. So I pick it up a little bit, and here's where I think I messed up. I believe I overcalled him, held him up, and made him thought I'm supposed to come to him. So I got a little bit impatient, let's just say. So I get up from my spot and try and sneak over to the field, which he's not in, so I'm assuming, me being me, I spooked him, most likely. So I get back in my spot and we set out the rest of the day for about 3 hours until 12, and nothing. No birds. So day 2. We're out there early in the morning. I'm testing out this new spot. I've heard turkeys from it, but I don't know where the roost is. I don't know how close I am or how close I would be to the roost. So I slither out there and I get to the edge of the field. I'm just probably like not even 5 yards to the edge of the field. I don't know where the roost is. I don't know how close I am, how far I am, so I just wanted to be safe. So I get to the edge of the field and start yelping, start clucking, start doing all this stuff. Hear gobbles far in the distance, really far. But about a half an hour in, a deer walks by, it sees me move, starts wheezing at me, and this is where disaster strikes. There were turkeys about 50 yards in front of me. I never saw. They're up in the tree. There were 2 hens, I believe, but I just never saw them. And until that deer started running, it spooked them, which I know they saw me. They did not make any noise. They didn't do anything. I believe there are 2 hens, but they didn't do anything until they probably saw. They definitely saw me walk in. So when that deer started wheezing, those hens flew down and got out of Dodge. And mine, I can only stay like 2 hours in because I have to go to work afterwards. So I can only stay until around 7:30, which is like where I like to call turkey intermission, where not that there's not a lot of gobbling happen. I mean, you will hear some. I've heard them during this time, but mostly they're henned up or with a hen, and they're just going with the hen around in the fields or just pecking along feeding. And right about 9 is when they start they leave, or the hens leave them, and that's when they start gobbling. Video for that, for about turkey nature and how they act and how the call, will be in the description below and at the end of the video. But besides that, so day 5. This is a day I have off. I can hunt all day from sunrise to 12. So today I'm hunting with my Pastor Pat, let's just say, or let's just call him Pastor Pat. So I'm with him. This is his, I believe, his 2nd time hunting. So we slither out there, get out, and lo and behold, we play it perfectly. We get out there silently. We get to the tree where we can get a good shot, I believe. We get out there quietly, and the hens do not see us. They do not hear us. It's perfect. So, about half hour in, the hens come down. and they enter the field to the left of us, and lo and behold, 10 minutes later, two Jakes come strolling in. There's two Jakes coming. I only see one, and the other one's off to the left. I can't see him, so he probably saw me move, and he sounds the alarm, and they start to run off. But turkeys are not out of the woods, obviously, yet. We can still hear gobbling into the field to the right of us, and they're just coming back and forth, and eventually, about 30 minutes in, when they stop gobbling, about a tom and a hen come strolling through, not strolling, these things come storming in, not towards us, but they come storming through the woods. I mean, they're moving birds, but they ignore the calling, they ignore everything. They're on a mission, and they're getting out of Dodge. I don't believe they saw us, but they saw something that freaked them out. It could have been another hunter, it could have been a coyote, it could have been anything, but they were freaked out and they were not coming. But besides that, after that, nothing much happened. A deer came to us about 20 to 15 yards, which is pretty cool. Nothing else happened, no gobbles, which wraps up that day. So, day 6. I'm hunting by myself. This is the afternoon hunt. I'm at my neighbor's property, and to sum it up, nothing happened. And to sum up the next 2 days, nothing else happened. The 3 hunts were pretty lackluster, nothing to really go off of, just a lot of calling and a lot of nothing. Day 10. We're hunting a field now. I got the classic setup. I lay down hen and Jake right over it. And this is where it gets exciting. To start out the morning, I get busted by about 8 to 7 deer. They come pretty much 20 yards or 30 yards to the decoys. They're very curious, and they wheeze, but good news is, turkeys don't care. So, to begin this little excursion, a bearded hen wanders out. She starts pecking, she starts fitting, starts cutting, starts yelping, which attracts another hen that comes from the left into the field, and soon one from the right comes in. There's 3 hens now in the field. They're all purring, they're all yelping, they're all cutting, and here's where I thought it was going to be picture perfect. Here comes a king of the forest. A massive tom comes strutting out, and right behind him, another one. There's 2 toms now. I'm like, come on, buddy, come here. Come here, come the hunter. But wasn't meant to be. Cause, see, here's the thing. He did not care about my decoy setup, cause, let's be practical now. Why would a tom fight another why would he fight a Jake when he has 3 hens? 3 free hens right in front of him, closer. So it's more practical for him to go with them. And there's no point, because there's 3 and there's 2 toms. I mean, they could fight, but most unlikely, which obviously did not happen. They just took a hen with them, and they started following the hen out to the field, and vice versa. I didn't get him. Day 11. A lot of nothing. That's kind of like that's like a lot of days in turkey hunting. You get one exciting day, the next day it's just nothing. I mean, I got a few cool shots at decoys. Day 12. I'm with my buddy. We'll just call him Jay. So, me and Jay, we slither out to the woods. We get posted right by the roost where me and my pastor hunted the day before. get right up then in there, and it was a pretty not really uneventful in the beginning. So we get right up in there, the hens fly down, that were roosted there, didn't make any noise. The hens most likely saw us, obviously, coming in. But besides that, there's a gobbler. He's fired up. This is around 6:30. He's fired up. He's just gobbling after gobble after gobble. And I just start up. He responds right back. I do a little thing, a little more, right behind me. Right back. He's getting closer, 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 until he's 10 yards. He's about 10 to 15 yards behind this big shrub, if I had to say. He's right behind this big shrub. I cannot see him, but I can just hear him walking. I can hear him fanning out. I can hear him drumming, spitting, gobbling. Just a mess. And he's with a hen. I can see the hen just about 20 yards through the bush. But this is a stubborn bird. He wants me to come to him, obviously. So we start purring. Purr a lot, honestly. And eventually, he breaks. He comes right towards us, and here's the tragedy. The bird was 10 yards, and my friend missed. Now, for some quick context, what's happening off camera. So, my friend shoots. There's a little opening into the field. I know it's hard to see in the video what's happening, because it looks like there's a lot of stuff, but there's a little opening, which the bird is in. And also, my friend's to the left of me a little. So his angle is different from the camera angle and my angle. And now, back to your program. And I knocked over my camera to try and get a shot at it. So I didn't get the shot, as usual. But besides that, even though my friend missed, he was pumped up with a lot of adrenaline. Let's just go with that. Day 13. I go out alone. I would say I'm next to a field. This is further into the woods. I'm on the other side of a field. I don't hear any gobblers near me. I hear one far off, so I start yelping behind me at him. He's gobbling his head off. About half hour in, all of a sudden, he's closer. I start up again, behind me. Closer, closer, closer. And before I know it, he's 50 yards right in front of me, behind this fallen down log. So, I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready now. And all of a sudden, he's to the left of me, 30 yards, walking into the field. I'm about dead. I'm about dying right now. So, I slowly get up. I try and move. I try and maneuver my way behind the tree. And eventually, I get busted. I straight up missed when he was getting all freaked out. He was starting to, when they get all freaked out, they lift up all their head and they start putting and cutting. And I knocked over the camera on purpose because it was in my way. So I knock it over and try and get a shot at him. Which by the time he got up, he was gone. In context for the second tragedy, the one I missed. So when in the video, you see that bird starting to run. So when I tip over the camera, he's not walking, but he stops to look around what's happening. He doesn't know what's happening really. He stops and starts to walk when I start to aim, but I just flat out missed him. Before I tip over the camera, he's running a little bit, but then he slows down. Then I shoot. I didn't shoot at a running bird. he slowed down, but I should have taken more time to aim because I just flat out missed him. Just want to give more context what's happening off camera. Now, let's get back to the video. So, I almost broke my camera for nothing, which is nice. So, another tragedy in the book on back-to-back days, which is nice. But, still determined, we're gonna go out, we're gonna keep grinding, we're gonna keep grinding, we're gonna get a Tom eventually. Just trial and error, and hopefully a lot of luck. But on a quick note, we're gonna go over the turkey calls. Or the first call I use for pretty much all of my hunts is a Primo's cut-in call. It's about $12 at Runnings or Dick's. Very good call for the price. I've called in a lot of turkeys, got a lot of responses, got a lot of gobblers to come in from this call, so I highly recommend to use it. Another call I very highly recommend to use is a Lynch World Champion Turkey Box Call. Why would I recommend this? It's just the sound on this box call is unbelievable in my humble opinion, because it just gives a nice crisp. Every single time, just gives that nice crisp yelp and that drop off at the end, which can really sell it and that can bring the gobblers. I've killed my turkey this year using this call and this Primo's mouth call, so I highly recommend to use these two items. You can both get them on Amazon. These are not sponsored, obviously. This is just what I recommend to use for new hunters. Because these two calls, in my opinion, I only use these two calls pretty much. But these are the two calls I use, and that's what I use to kill birds with. These are not sponsored. They're just what I highly recommend. Now, back to the program. So, day 15, 16, and 17 pretty much go the same way. A lot of nothing. A few gobbles far off in the distance, but nothing comes in, no signs of life really. It is getting to the later part of the season, and time is running out. I just need to keep grinding. I need to keep getting out there, improve, and hopefully get close to one of these birds where I can get a shot. Sadly, days through 18 and 22, sadly, a lot of nothing. I mean, I got a few gobbles, but mainly almost nothing. I went hunting again with my pastor on day 20. We did get a gobbler to come in about like 60 yards, but he never came through. A hen cut us off. And that busted that hunt, but the rest of the days, pretty much nothing. I got more deer to come in than actual turkeys. But besides that, nothing, which is common for the late season. It just gets progressively harder and more tricky. And that was my 2023 turkey hunting season. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for joining me on this little adventure of mine. And we're going to have new content coming soon. Fishing videos, vlogs, and of course, tutorials. And as always, thank you for watching. And see y'all next video. See ya.